Welcome back to Top Coin. If you're a coin collector, history buff, or just curious about the change in your pocket, then you're in for a real treat today. Because we're diving deep into the fascinating world of UK coinage and spotlighting one of the most overlooked coins out there, the humble but potentially valuable 1989 1p coin from the United Kingdom. You might think it's just a piece of copper-plated steel. But there's more to this little coin than meets the eye. So stay tuned, because we're going to explore everything from its origin, design secrets, production numbers, rare variations, and of course, its current market value. Could that old penny in your drawer actually be worth serious money today? Let's find out. Before we dive into 1989 specifically, let's rewind a little. The British decimal 1p coin was first issued in 1971. Part of the decimalisation of UK currency. It replaced the old pennies from the pre-decimal system and quickly became a staple of daily British life. These coins were initially made of bronze, but in later years, like from 1992 onward, they were minted in copper-plated steel. So yes, a 1989 1p is still made of bronze, a small but key detail when it comes to value and collectability. Now, you might be thinking, how can something so common ever become rare or valuable? Well, as any seasoned collector will tell you, rarity and condition can turn the most ordinary coin into a small treasure. Let's talk about 1989. At first glance, the 1989 1p coin might look like every other penny of the era. It features the familiar reverse design by Christopher Ironside, depicting the crown portcullis, a design often associated with the Palace of Westminster. On the obverse side, we have the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Raphael Maklauf, which was used from 1985 to 1997. Now here's the kicker. In terms of mintage, over 601 million of these coins were struck in 1989. Yes, you heard that right, over 500 million. That sounds like a lot, right? But hang on, because this is where things get interesting. While the high mintage means they're not exactly rare, in the general sense, there are always exceptions. Era coins, proof issues, and coins in uncirculated or brilliant uncirculated BU condition can fetch significantly higher prices than face value. So if you happen to have a pristine 1989 1p coin with crisp edges, perfect toning, and no scratches, you might be holding a coin that collectors are willing to pay good money for. Let's talk about variants and era coins, the true gems in coin collecting. In the case of the 1989 1p, there are some known errors and misstrikes. These include off-center strikes, die cracks, double die obverse planchet errors. Now, an era coin is not something you'll spot right away unless you take a very close look. So go ahead, grab a magnifying glass and inspect your old pennies. Check the alignment of the design, look at the text, and even weigh the coin if possible. A standard 1989 1p should weigh around 3.56 grams. If yours is lighter or heavier, you could be looking at a minting anomaly, and that means more value. Some era coins from this era have sold for anywhere from £20 to over £200, depending on the rarity and demand at the time. Now for the big question, what is the market value of a 1989 1p coin today? Let's break it down. Circulated coins. If your 1989 penny is worn and tarnished, it will typically be worth only face value. That's 0.01 GBP. Uncirculated condition. These can fetch £1 to £5, especially if stored in a protective sleeve and handled properly. Proof coins or BU sets. If you have a 1989 penny from a Royal Mint collector's set, you could get £5 to £15 or more depending on the buyer and condition. Era coins. As mentioned earlier, these can jump in price significantly. Rare errors might be worth £50, £100, or even more on auction platforms like eBay or at numismatic fairs. One collector reportedly sold a double-die 1989 1p coin for over £230 because of its unique characteristics and near-perfect condition. Another tip. Some serious collectors are trying to complete full-date runs of UK 1p coins in high-grade condition. So even if your 1989 penny isn't rare on its own, it could complete someone else's collection, and that makes it more valuable than you think. Now that you know what your coin might be worth, let's talk about how to sell it or store it properly. First, don't clean your coin. Seriously, cleaning can damage the surface and dramatically lower its value. Collectors want original patina and untouched surfaces. Next, if you think your coin might be valuable, get it graded. Services like NGC or PCGS offer professional grading that can add legitimacy and value. To sell, try platforms like eBay, Facebook, coin collecting groups, coin fairs, local coin. Dealers always check recent sold prices for similar coins to avoid underpricing or overpricing. Well, in most cases, it's still just worth 1p. But under the right conditions, it could be worth a lot more, especially if you have an error version, a proof strike, or a BU specimen from a Royal Mint set. The world of coin collecting is full of surprises. Even the most unassuming coin could tell a story, reflect history, or carry a value that goes far beyond its face. And the 1989 penny? It's a perfect example of that. So next time you empty your pockets or sort through old drawers, take a second look at your change. You just might be holding on to a hidden gem. If you found this video interesting or helpful, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on the latest in coin history and values. And let me know in the comments. Do you have a 1989 1p coin? Have you found any rare or error coins in your collection? If you're someone who enjoys uncovering the secrets of everyday objects, or if you're just getting into the fascinating world of numismatics, then you're in the right place. Today, we're diving deep into the story behind a humble little coin that might be sitting in your drawer right now or even hiding in the back of your sofa, the 1992 United Kingdom 1p coin. Now, don't let the tiny size or face value of this coin fool you. At first glance, it may just look like pocket change. But as we explore the rich history, surprising facts, and current market trends surrounding this piece, you'll realize why some collectors are paying way more than 1 penny to get their hands on the right version of this coin. Some versions of this coin are selling for tens or even hundreds of pounds, and in some special cases, a small fortune. So buckle up, make yourself a cup of tea, and get ready for a journey into the fascinating world of British coinage, because we're about to uncover everything you need to know about the 1992 UK 1p coin. From its origins to its current value in the collector's market. To truly understand the importance of the 1992 1p coin, we have to go back in time. The 1p coin was introduced into the United Kingdom's currency system in 1971, during a period known as Decimal Day, when Britain transitioned from the old currency of pounds, shillings, and pence to a simpler decimal-based system. Originally, the 1p coin was made of bronze, and it measured 20.3 millimeters in diameter, weighing around 3.56 grams. This format was consistent for over 2 decades. But something important happened in the early 1990s that changed everything. In 1992, the Royal Mint made a significant alteration to the 1p coin's composition. Due to the rising cost of bronze and the need for more cost-effective minting, the mint decided to switch the metal composition of the coin. So, instead of bronze, the coin was now made of copper-plated steel. Now here's the key part. The transition happened during the year 1992. That means both bronze and copper-plated steel versions of the 1p coin were minted in the same year. And that is where things get very interesting for collectors. The 1992 1p coin is unique because it marks a transitional year in British coinage. And when there's a transition, there's always the chance of rarity. Most of the 1992 1p coins you'll find are the newer copper-plated steel version. These are quite common and not worth more than face value, unless they're in mint condition or uncirculated. But here's where the story gets exciting. There are some 1992 1p coins that were still struck in bronze, and these are considered much more valuable to collectors. Because the bronze version was supposed to be phased out that year, far fewer of them were minted, making them a low mintage variety. And as we know in the world of numismatics, rarity equals value. So now you're probably wondering, how do I know if the 1p coin in my pocket or collection is the rare bronze version? The best way to find out is by using a magnet. The copper-plated steel coin is magnetic, while the bronze one is not. So if your 1992 1p coin sticks to a magnet, it's the common steel version. If it doesn't stick, congratulations, you might be holding a rare bronze variant. Another way is by checking the weight. Bronze coins weigh slightly more than their steel counterparts, though a precise scale is usually needed for this. Also, look out for uncirculated versions in brilliant condition. These can fetch higher prices even if they are of the more common type. Now let's talk numbers. How much can a 1992 1p coin be worth today? Most copper-plated steel coins from 1992 are still only worth face value, 1 penny. However, a coin in brilliant uncirculated condition or part of a mint set can sell for £1 to £5, sometimes more, depending on condition and presentation. But the bronze version, now that's where the money is. These coins are harder to find and can sell for £20, £50, or even over £100, especially if verified and in good condition. In some rare cases, graded coins by third-party authentication services have sold for several £100s. The market for rare UK coins is booming right now, with collectors from all over the world eager to get their hands on transition year coins, era coins, or low-mintage varieties. The 1992 bronze 1p fits perfectly into that niche. Online auction sites, numismatic forums, and coin fairs have reported multiple verified sales of these bronze variants, often fetching significantly more than their original face value. As of this year, some pristine examples have sold for £120 to £150, and even more in special presentations. Before you rush off to list your coin online, a word of caution: the coin market is full of replicas, misleading listings, and uninformed sellers. Many people list common coins as rare just because they're old. But true rarity comes from mintage numbers, metal composition, errors, and condition. So if you believe you have a rare 1992 bronze 1p, it might be worth sending it for authentication and grading by a professional service. This not only verifies your coin but increases its market value dramatically. Also, always buy from reputable dealers or auction houses when looking to add valuable coins to your collection. While we're on the topic, here are some cool facts about the 1p coin. The reverse design on the 1992 1p coin features the portcullis with chains, which is an ancient symbol associated with the British Parliament. The obverse side features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, specifically the third definitive portrait created by Raphael Makhlouf, used from 1985 to 1997. In 2008, the design of the 1p coin changed to feature a segment of the royal shield. Despite their low face value, many 1p coins from particular years or with minting errors are now worth small fortunes. So there you have it. The seemingly ordinary 1992 United Kingdom 1p coin is anything but ordinary. It's a piece of British history, a symbol of economic change, and potentially a hidden treasure in your pocket. If you've got a coin jar at home or an old drawer full of change, it's time to go treasure hunting. You never know, you might be holding a rare bronze penny that's worth 100 times more than its face value. Let me know in the comments below if you've ever found a rare coin, or if you think you might have the elusive 1992 bronze 1p in your collection. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our future deep dives into the world of rare and valuable coins. If you've ever dug through your change jar or stumbled upon a handful of old coins lying forgotten in a drawer, you might want to take a second look. Because today, we're diving deep into a tiny coin with a surprising story and a potentially big value. That's right, we're talking about the 1994 1p coin from the United Kingdom. Don't let its small size fool you. This humble copper-plated coin could be worth far more than just a single penny. It might even be a hidden treasure sitting right under your nose. In this video, we'll explore the full history of the 1994 UK 1p coin, what makes it unique, how to identify rare variants, and the reasons why collectors are willing to pay serious money for this little copper piece. Plus, we'll check out the current market values and how much it might be worth today if you have one in your collection. So grab your magnifying glass, hold on to your coin albums, and let's unlock the secret world of the 1994 1p coin from the United Kingdom. Let's start at the beginning. The 1p coin has been a part of British currency for centuries. But the decimal 1p coin as we know it today was first introduced on February 15, 1971, a day that became known as Decimal Day. That was the day the UK officially moved from the old pounds, shillings, and pence system to the modern decimal currency we use today. The 1 pence coin, or 1 penny, became the smallest unit of decimal currency in everyday circulation. Originally minted in bronze, the 1p coin was redesigned in 1982 to bear the words 1 penny instead of new penny, as seen in earlier years. And starting in 1992, the metal composition was changed from bronze to copper-plated steel. Why? To save costs, as copper prices were rising. This change also made the coin magnetic, a fun fact you can test with a magnet at home. By the time we get to the year 1994, the 1 pence coin had seen over 2 decades of evolution. But that year's version carries more significance than most people realize. At first glance, the 1994 1p coin might seem just like any other copper coin. It features the familiar reverse design of the crown portcullis, an ancient symbol of Westminster, designed by Christopher Ironside. The obverse side features the regal portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Raphael Maklauf. This particular effigy of the Queen was used from 1985 to 1997 and is known for its elegant, stylized look. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Though 1994 was not a rare year in terms of total mintage, with over 600 million coins struck, certain versions and conditions of the coin have become highly collectible. The most desirable examples of the 1994 1p are not the ones you find loose in your pocket, but rather those in brilliant uncirculated condition, proof sets, or those with minting errors. And those error coins? They can fetch astonishing prices at auctions and among collectors. Let's talk about the holy grail of coin collecting: errors. The 1994 1p coin has been reported in a few unusual error forms that make it incredibly valuable. These include off-center strikes, where the coin design is not properly aligned; double strikes, where the coin has been struck more than once during minting; die cracks, which are visible raised lines or bumps on the coin's surface; planchet errors, such as coins struck on the wrong metal or with missing layers; weak strikes or ghosting, where part of the design is faint or missing due to insufficient pressure. While these minting errors are rare, they are real, and collectors pay handsomely for them. In some cases, error 1994 1p coins have sold for £50 to over £100 depending on condition and rarity. There are also rumors, though unconfirmed, of a handful of bronze 1994 1p coins mistakenly struck instead of the standard copper-plated steel. If you suspect you have one of these, a simple magnet test could tell you more. If it isn't magnetic, you may have a rare bronze planchet error on your hands. Not all valuable 1p coins are errors. Some are simply in pristine condition. In 1994, the Royal Mint also issued coins as part of proof sets and brilliant uncirculated coin sets, which were never released into general circulation. These coins were struck with extra care, polished dies, and special blanks to ensure perfect detail. Collectors are often on the lookout for 1994 1p coins in these original sets, or those graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC. A proof or BU 1994 1p in top condition can be worth £5 to £25 or more, depending on grade and presentation. So what is the 1994 1 pence coin really worth today? Let's break it down. Circulated condition. These are the ones you're most likely to find in change. They are worth face value, but collectors might pay 10p to £1 if the coin is in better than average condition or completes a set. Uncirculated condition. A coin that looks like it just left the mint, no wear or handling. These can fetch between £1 and £5. Proof versions. These can sell for £5 to £20, especially if still in their original mint packaging. Error coins. Depending on the type and visibility of the error, prices range from £10 to £100 or more. Graded coins. A 1994 1p coin graded MS65 or higher by a reputable service can easily be worth £20 to £40, sometimes more. On sites like eBay or UK coin forums, completed listings show a steady demand for high quality or unusual examples of this coin. And as time passes and more coins are lost, damaged, or discarded, the value of preserved examples will likely rise. If you have a 1994 1p coin and you're wondering what to do with it, here are some tips. Check condition. The better the condition, the higher the value. Look for luster, no scratches, and clear detail. Look for errors. Use a magnifying glass and check for any unusual marks or misprints. Use a magnet. If the coin is not magnetic, you may have a rare bronze version. Check mint packaging. If the coin came in a proof or BU set, keep it that way for maximum value. Get it graded. For potentially valuable coins, professional grading adds trust and often increases price. Sell wisely. eBay, specialist coin dealers, or numismatic forums are good platforms. Always photograph your coin well and describe its condition clearly. So there you have it. The 1994 1-penny coin from the United Kingdom. Small in size, but big in history, and potentially big in value. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, this is one coin you'll want to take a second look at. Because sometimes, the smallest things can hold the greatest surprises. If you found this video interesting or helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more fascinating coin stories, and share your own finds in the comments below. Who knows, maybe you're sitting on a penny that's worth a fortune. Today, we're diving deep into a tiny coin that could pack a big punch, the humble 1-pence coin from the United Kingdom, minted in the year 1997. Now, you might be thinking, what's so special about a coin worth just 1 penny? Well, grab a cup of tea, sit back, and hold on to your seats, because by the end of this video, you'll be amazed at the fascinating history, surprising value, and the current market prices this seemingly ordinary coin is fetching. Let's begin the journey into the world of numismatic wonder. Let's start at the beginning. The 1-pence coin, or 1 penny, is a staple of British currency. It's the copper-colored coin everyone's familiar with. First introduced in 1971, during the decimalization of the British currency system, the 1-pence coin was created to replace the old pre-decimal penny. But fast forward to 1997, a year that might seem fairly modern, and yet, in the coin collecting world, it holds a peculiar significance. In 1997, the Royal Mint continued its production of the 1-pence coin as part of the standard circulation. But here's where it gets interesting. Not all coins are created equal. Some coins, minted in the same year, using the same materials, and with the same face value, can still become rare collectibles. Why? It all comes down to variations, minting errors, condition, and historical context. So what does the 1997 1p coin look like? On the obverse, or front, you'll find the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Raphael Maklauf. This was the third portrait of Her Majesty to appear on UK coins, and it had been in use since 1985. Surrounding her likeness is the legend, Elizabeth II DG Reg. FD 1997, which stands for Elizabeth II de Grazia Regina Fidei Defensor, or Elizabeth II, by the grace of God Queen, Defender of the Faith. On the reverse side of the coin is the iconic crown portcullis, a symbol historically associated with the Palace of Westminster, and a long-standing emblem of British governance and strength. It was originally designed by Christopher Ironside. The coin is made of copper-plated steel, weighing 3.56 grams, and has a diameter of 20.3 mm. Now you might be thinking, okay, so what? That's standard for a penny coin. But now we head into the deeper layers. There are a few key reasons this coin has caught the attention of collectors. Minting volume and variations. The Royal Mint produced a huge number of 1-pence coins in 1997. In fact, over 600 million of them. That sounds like a lot, right? It is. But here's the twist. Not all of them are in circulation anymore, and not all of them are in pristine condition. What collectors are particularly interested in are uncirculated coins, proof sets, and especially coins with minting errors. Minting errors. Some 1997 pennies have surfaced with oddities. These include misaligned dies, double strikes off center, minting blank planchets, unusual toning, or metal mix. UPS coins with these rare errors can sell for significantly more than face value, sometimes dozens or even hundreds of pounds, depending on the nature of the error and the coin's overall condition. Condition and grading. A regular circulated 1997 penny might not be worth much. But one that's uncirculated, kept in pristine condition, or professionally graded as MS 65 or higher? That's where value starts to build. So, let's talk money. Here's how the value of a 1997 UK 1p coin breaks down in the current market. Circulated coin. These are the most common. You might find one in your change. Most are worth exactly 1 penny. But that's not the full story. Some collectors may still pay around 10p to £1 for well-kept examples, especially in bulk or in collector sets. Uncirculated coin. A 1997 1p in mint condition, often found in Royal Mint annual sets, could fetch £1 to £5, sometimes more if kept in protective packaging. These are specially struck with high-quality finish, often included in presentation sets. A 1997 1p proof coin can range from £5 to £15, especially if still sealed in the original case. This is where the money really comes in. Depending on the rarity and visibility of the error, a 1997 1p coin with a significant minting flaw could sell for anywhere between £10 and £200 or even more at auctions or to private collectors. On eBay and numismatic forums, sellers have listed certain mint error 1p coins for as high as £300, though these high prices typically depend on finding the right buyer. Now you're probably wondering, do you have one of these rare gems? Here's what to do. Dig through your change. You'd be surprised. What's lying in old jars or forgotten piggy banks? Check the year, 1997. Make sure it's the right mint date. Inspect the coin closely. Look for unusual features. Use a magnifying glass or smartphone macro lens to examine closely. Compare with official designs. Anything that looks off might be worth investigating. Weigh and measure it. If it's significantly heavier or lighter than 3.56 grams, it might be a rare variant. Consider professional grading. If you believe you've found a rare version, it's worth sending it to a grading service. Now the big question. If you've got a 1997 1p coin, should you cash in or hold on? Here's the truth. The value of collectible coins like this often increases over time, especially as more coins are lost, destroyed, or removed from circulation. If you've got a clean, error-free 1997 1p, it's probably not worth more than a few pounds. But if you've got an error coin or a mint state specimen, you might want to get it graded and hold onto it. Coins are more than money. They're artifacts of history, tangible pieces of culture, and sometimes hidden treasure. So there you have it. The incredible story of the 1997 United Kingdom 1p coin. What started as a simple copper-plated coin might just be a miniature fortune waiting to be discovered. If you enjoyed this deep dive, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more rare coin discoveries, and drop a comment below if you've got any interesting pennies in your own collection. Who knows, maybe your spare change holds the key to something valuable. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on amazing content that could quite literally change the way you look at your spare change. Now let me ask you something. Have you ever looked at a 1p coin from the year 2000 and thought, well, it's just a penny? If you have, you might want to think again, because this little copper-colored coin could actually be worth a lot more than just 1p. In today's video, we are uncovering the fascinating history, the hidden secrets, and the current market value of the 2000 United Kingdom 1p coin. So grab your coin jar and let's dive in. Let's start at the beginning. The 1p coin, part of the decimalisation of British currency, was first introduced in 1971. This was the year the UK shifted from the old pounds, shillings, and pence system to the simpler decimal system we know today. The 1p coin quickly became a daily use coin, used for everything from sweets to newspapers to parking meters. The 2001 pence coin was struck during a period when billions of coins were already in circulation. And yet, every coin has its own story, and some have become far more valuable than their face value might suggest. Now, you might be wondering, what makes this specific year, the year 2000, stand out from the rest? Firstly, let's talk about minting and design. The obverse of the coin, that's the front side, features the elegant and regal portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Ian Rank Broadley. This design was introduced in 1998 and remained on coins until 2015, giving this version a relatively long run. The reverse features the familiar crown portcullis design, a symbol that dates back to the medieval era, associated with the Palace of Westminster. It's a strong symbol of British history and politics. But here's the kicker. While the 2001p coin may look like every other, not all of them were created equal. In the year 2000, millions of these coins were minted, yes. But collectors have discovered that a small number may have been struck with errors, unusual compositions, or higher minting quality, particularly proof versions and brilliant uncirculated examples. And that's where things get interesting. Now, let's talk rarity. The key to any coin's value in the collector's world comes down to rarity, condition, and demand. While the standard 2001p coin is common, there are certain rare varieties that make this coin extremely desirable. Some collectors have reported finding 1p coins from 2000 with die errors, such as off-center strikes, double strikes, misaligned dies, weak strikes, or ghost images, even coins struck on the wrong planchet. If you happen to have one of these rare error coins, its value could skyrocket from 1 penny to hundreds, even thousands of pounds, depending on the severity and uniqueness of the error. Even more valuable are the proof versions of the 2001p coin. These were not meant for general circulation and were specially minted with a high-quality finish for collectors. If you find a proof coin in your change, though rare, or happen to own one in mint condition, it could fetch a very handsome price on the open market. Alright, let's talk money. What everyone wants to know. A regular circulated 2001p coin in average condition is, of course, worth just 1 penny. But in excellent condition, or what collectors call uncirculated or mint state, the value can rise. A mint state example might sell for £1 to £5, depending on demand. However, a brilliant uncirculated version, especially one still in its original packaging or set, could fetch £10 to £30 or even more. Now, the real shockers? Error coins and proof coins. These are where the serious money lies. A well-documented error coin from the year 2000 has been known to sell for £100 to £250, or even higher at auctions, depending on the type and condition. A proof coin in perfect condition from a Royal Mint set might sell for £50 to £150, especially if still in the original presentation case. And here's the kicker. If you find a rare metal variation or a planchet error, the value could explode into the thousands. Always have a professional numismatist or dealer assess your coin if you suspect it's something special. So how can you tell if your 2001p coin is valuable? Here are a few tips. Inspect under good light. Look for misstrikes, doubling, or unusual features. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe. Error details can be very small. Check the edge and weight. Some planchet errors involve different weights or textures. Compare to known reference images. You can find these online or in numismatic books. Consult a coin expert or join a collector's group. They can offer professional advice and valuation. If you do find a valuable coin, there are a few ways to sell. Online marketplaces like eBay, auction houses specializing in coins, numismatic dealers, coin shows, or conventions. Be sure to have your coin professionally graded if you believe it has significant value. A certified coin always sells for more than an uncertified one. So why does a humble little 1 pence coin from the year 2000 generate so much interest? Because coin collecting isn't just a hobby, it's a journey through history, economics, politics, and design. Every coin tells a story, and sometimes the rarest finds are hiding in plain sight. It's not just about the money, though that part is fun, of course. It's about discovering the hidden gems in your pocket change. And with millions of people starting to collect and invest in coins, the market is only getting hotter. Who knows? That 1p you've had lying around since childhood could be a collector's dream waiting to be discovered. So, what are you waiting for? Go grab your change jar, take a close look at those 1p coins, and see if you're holding onto a piece of British coinage history that's worth far more than you ever imagined. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with your fellow collectors. And drop a comment below. Do you have a 2001p coin? Have you ever found an error coin? Let's talk coins in the comments. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep collecting, keep exploring, and always check your change.